Hey guys, I'm Miss Anna, the Youth Services Assistant Librarian.
And I'm Miss Jetta from DPL, and welcome to our Tales in Motion story time.
This story time is a little different than the ones you're used to.
This one is designed for you to get up and move around with us.
As we tell the story, we'll be doing movements, kind of acting it out, and we want you to follow along with us.
You can copy our movements or make up your own as we go.
Today's story is an Aesop fable called The Beekeeper. But before we get to that, let's wake up our bodies a little bit, and we're going to start off with our opening song. This is to the tune of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. So if you're standing up and you're ready to sing along with us, let's go. Arms go up and arms go down. I can turn around and round. I can jump up onto shoes. I can listen, so can you. I can sit, I'll show you how. Story time begins right now. Alright, so from our crisscross applesauce position, put your feet together like this. And we're going to start off with pretending we're a butterfly. So flap your butterfly wings, and we're gonna be butterflies flying high in the sky.
It's such a beautiful day to flutter around the skies. Where are you flying, Anna?
I'm flying to the community garden.
That's a good choice.
Yeah. Where are you flying, Jada? What do you see?
I see beautiful crop fields. Right now, I see a field of corn.
Ooh. There. I think I see a field of corn too. Do you see it?
Corn starts out as a tiny seed buried in the ground.
It grows and it grows and it grows until it's a big green stalk standing with leaves.
Uh-oh. Here comes a big gust of wind.
Uh-oh.
It's blowing us to the right.
Now it's blowing us to the left.
And to the right again.
And the left. Oh, and let's do this stretch 3 more times. 1, 2, 3.
Since we're stalks of corn, maybe it's time we grow some corn next.
Raise your arms above your head to make a piece of corn. A farmer comes along, he plucks the corn, and then he shucks the corn, which is pulling off the outer covering. Jada, do you have a favorite type of corn?
I like popcorn.
Me too.
Pretend you're a popcorn kernel in the microwave popping.
Pop, 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 jump around and pop, 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 pop.
Do you think we're ready for our story now?
I think so. This one is called, it's an Aesop fable called The Beekeeper.
A beekeeper is kind of like a farmer, but instead of having a field of corn, he keeps his hives where his bees live. In their hives, they make honey, and when it's ready, the beekeeper will collect the honey.
And this is a picture of a beekeeper next to his hive, and he's checking one of the frames to see if it has honey on it. Now, to begin our story, you are going to need your very own beehive, so grab that real quick and then we'll get started, okay? Oh, okay. There's my beehive. Do you have your beehive? You have yours?
I do.
Perfect.
It's right here.
Okay. So this is called The Beekeeper. Once there was a beekeeper who had many beehives. Every week, he would go and check the frames inside the hives to see how much honey his bees had made. He inspected them closely. The honey was just about ready to harvest. The queen bee, she landed on his finger one day, and she asked him when he would harvest the honey.
I'll come back next week, he said.
The queen nodded, and she buzzed away. Buzz, 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 buzz. Little did the beekeeper know, though, a thief was spying on him from behind a tree. This thief heard him tell the bees that he'd be back next week for their honey. But the thief wanted the honey for himself, so he waited for the perfect opportunity. He watched until finally the beekeeper got in his car and drove off to town, and all the bees buzzed away looking for nectar to gather. This was his chance. He ran to the beehives and he stole every drop of honey. His arms were full with jars of honey, and not a single morsel remained. When the beekeeper returned home, he could tell something was off before he even parked his car. He quickly went over to check his hives. He pulled out a frame and found it was empty. How odd. He stuck it back in and pulled out the next frame. It was empty too. Even more odd. He checked another and he gasped. They were all empty. The honey was gone, and the beekeeper became very upset. And it wasn't long before the bees came buzzing back to their hives. They found their hives empty, and the beekeeper standing near them. The queen bee, she shook her head in anger. She felt betrayed that the beekeeper for taking all their honey when he said he wasn't going to do it until next week.
Get him!
She yelled and pointed to the beekeeper with her front arm. All the angry bees swarmed the beekeeper and began stinging him. The beekeeper wasn't happy about getting stung by all of these bees, and so he yelled at them.
You ungrateful scoundrels! A thief stole your honey, not me. Some of you should have stayed behind to protect your hive, and now you're stinging me, the person who has always taken care of you.
But the bees were too upset to listen, and they kept stinging the beekeeper and chased him all the way inside his home. The end. And the moral of this story is to always know the full story before becoming angry with someone. That was all we had to share with you. All right, happy reading. Bye, guys.
Bye.